This week I went back to Sutton for my second tournament back. It's another Fast4 event and I was straight into the quarterfinals. I managed to get through this match, but I wasn't quite happy with the way I played. I was a little bit passive in stages, slicing my backhand too much and not being aggressive on my forehand. Let's dive into the semi-final and see if I can implement my game a little bit better.
So I'm kicking off the match, serving first. I really told myself that I really want to go through my shots in this match, especially on the backhand after slicing too much in the first match. And as we can see there in the first point, it's really starting to pay off straight away. My serve still isn't back to 100%, still got a little bit of that shoulder injury, but it's much closer and I'm able to pull out some big serves when I need it. It's always useful to serve and volley on these fast indoor courts, take time away from your opponent with their returns. As we can see here, as I am talking about returns, I'm not timing on my returns well. Shanking a few, missing a few, especially on the first serve. But I am doing a good job at getting on my forehand, trying to be aggressive, take the ball on. Oh, nice running winner down the line there. I don't mind that error too much and try and do the right thing. That was the right ball to take on and drive volley. You can see in this next point getting to net again, but too good with the pass down the line. Maybe I could have recovered a little bit over to the left or to my right there. And again, coming into net, drive volleying at the right time and putting away the volley. We are playing Fast4 here, so it's a tiebreak to 4 and it's a set to 4 and a tiebreak at 3-all. Kind of makes every point a big point in a way. A lot more big points early on in the match, and it just adds on a lot more pressure, especially with the deciding point at deuce. Really good for me, having not played a match in a while, getting used to that match pressure again. Bit floaty on that volley, but able to put it away there with the second one. So we can see here my opponent's got a really nice backhand down the line, passed me a few times on it. It looks like I haven't recognised it early enough on in this match here. Again, spraying another return there. Okay, so we're in the tiebreak now in the first set. A lot of pressure on these points. So we can see starting to play a little bit passive here when the pressure's on. Giving my opponent the opportunity to attack and making him feel comfortable, giving him easy balls. It's a little bit better at this point, but not able to finish it off at the net there. Too many points. I get to the net and then not clinical enough. Sometimes I'm hitting like 3 or 4 volleys when I should be putting it away on the first one. Let my opponent back in and then suddenly I'm 2-love down in the tiebreak. Okay, so we're back to 3-all now. Luckily my opponent missed a couple shots, a few unforced errors, and giving me a chance to get back into this tiebreak. Big point here at 4-all. couldn't recover enough in time to get that one. Oh, my eyes lit up when I saw that shot. I love a running forehand pass. I really told myself that I needed to be more aggressive on the big points in this match. Just relax and be brave on it. Go through with my forehand, really paying off to win that first set there. It's really important after a close first set that you keep on applying the pressure at the start of the second set. It's quite easy to drop off after winning a close first set because you can relax a little bit because you kind of feel like you've done your job, and then that's the time where your opponent tends to take advantage, and before you know it you could be a few games down in the second set. So I was really focusing on trying to maintain the level that I reached at the end of that first set tiebreak. Oh, lovely passer. Compared to the matches that I put up on my first YouTube video, you can really see me going through my forehand a lot more. Starting to get back to where I was before, going through my shots and just playing a bit more free in these matches. Again, I'm hitting like 3 or 4 volleys when it should be away when I should be putting it away in like the first couple. If I want to play the national tournaments and start playing futures again, it's going to be really important to be clinical at the net and not give my opponent a chance to win points that I'm up in. Able to predict the down the line pass on this match point here, and then able to put away a nice volley to finish it off. Okay, so I've done the match charting and statistics for this match here, and I've put it onto my Notion template. And if I just scroll through and have a look at the key things that pop out that I haven't met my targets for, it becomes really obvious what I need to improve from this match. So it all comes down really to my winners and unforced errors ratio. Essentially what's happening is my winners and forced errors to my unforced errors are cancelling each other out, so I don't have any net gain at all, which is not putting me in a great position for the match. And this links in with my first serve returns as well, only making 50% of them, hardly getting the point going on the first serve return. It's not like my opponent was like 6'5", putting down aces. That's more comes down to my lack of timing with the return. If we look at this in relation to the amount of points I won for the different rally length ranges, I've only won 37% of the points in less than 4 shots, yet 60% of the points were less than 4 shots. So I've really had to rely on the 5 to 8 range and the 9+ range to carry me over the line in this match. I think what's happening is that in less than 4 shots, I'm just trying to go for too much, making too many unforced errors. Whereas what I should have done is just held back for 1 or 2 more shots, waited till I got a better opportunity and then gone for it then, rather than trying to force it early on. Another big factor in this match was my first point conversion. There's a lot of studies that have been done that show that if you win the first point of the game, you have a lot more likelihood to win the whole game than your opponent does. And I've only won 23% of the first points in this match. So with all of this different things that I've mentioned, I've put myself in a very difficult position to win the match. I managed to get through it, but I made it really difficult for myself. So in order to improve, I really need to hone in on these things and try and make a difference with them. Okay, so I am now in the final, and this is my third match of the day. So I played a lot of tennis. I'm really starting to feel my game now. Really relaxed going into this match, and just happy to be on the court, able to play 3 matches in one day. I kind of had the same focuses as the previous match, and just trying to build on what I started to develop in that match, really going through my shots again, but this time trying to be a little bit more consistent with it and spraying less errors and be a bit more thoughtful of the ball that I want to really pull the trigger on. Really trying to be a bit more clinical in this match, take the ball a little bit earlier and not give my opponent a chance to get back into the point once I get on top of it. I think I was really starting to hit my backhand a lot better in this one. The previous match I was just getting over the top of it. This one I was really going through it a bit more and was becoming a bit more of a weapon. Great shot from my opponent there, good pass. Holding my ground in the court well there after my serve, inside the baseline, taking it early. Although there was a lot of, although the first set was 4-love, there was a lot of tight games in this match, and I really had to win the big points and play brave on the big points. A lot of games went to deuce or to 30. Had to pull out some big shots and some solid tennis where I needed it. Not many unforced errors in this match. Really solid, really strong shots, and not giving my opponent much of a chance to get into this match. Could have been a little bit more clinical there, but have the smash to put it away. That's an unbelievable point from my opponent. Great volley at the end. Did well to turn that point around. Good counter punching there. Another deuce game here. Deciding point. Pulling out a big shot down the line. Just really trusting my game. Couldn't do it that time. All right, so there we have it. Managed to get the win in the final, and that's my first tournament win since coming back. If we have a quick look at the stats for this match, there isn't actually too much to really talk about. I managed to improve all of the stuff that needed improving from the previous match. My winners to unforced ratio was great, hardly made any unforced errors, being really effective with my shots. So one thing that is interesting to look at would be my mental score and my free score. So my mental score is basically how well did I do all my routines? Did I stay focused the whole match? Did I not let any negativity come into my head? And the free score is how loose was I? How much was I going through my shots and being relaxed with it? There is a big difference between the last match and this match, and that in turn led to my performance level increasing in the second match. So obviously at the tournament, I didn't have access to all these stats right after the first match, so I didn't know exactly what I needed to improve for the second match. I had a vague idea, but just by focusing on improving the mental and the free score, which is something I can control no matter having statistics or not having statistics, that improved the rest of my game, which shows that if your mental score isn't high enough or if your free score isn't high enough, then there's not much point really looking at the rest of the stats, because you got to get that better first, because that's going to improve everything else in turn. So yeah, overall really good tournament and really happy with the way that I played, and hopefully I keep progressing this way. If you managed to get to the end of the video, thanks so much for sticking around, and please give me a subscribe, a like or something. Let me know what you like about the video, what you think could be better. And yeah, I'm just going to keep producing more content, so stay tuned. I'm going to try and release one YouTube video weekly and lots more other content across my social media, so stay tuned.